My dear collective, welcome to another random reading. Let's get to it. Okay? Let's get to it. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Halloween, all that good stuff. Okay? Um Alright. So energy wise, this is gonna be split into three categories, okay? We got O-M-A. Okay? So let's cleanse energy. I wasn't planning on doing any readings today, or at least this time, I should say. I was actually watching a really good movie, Practical Magic, with Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock. So, what's that? If this makes sense to you, the messages, I should say, take it to heart, okay? We're going to start with M, okay? Think of it as like a picket pile. So I will timestamp this, okay? So gonna do M, O, and A, okay? If we're watching for M, the initial could be relevant. If not, this is still like a random reading. It's just we're doing it a little bit different today, okay? So this person, I feel like it's a masculine energy, but it's whomever you're watching for, whomever you feel like it will make sense to you. It will make sense, okay? So at 2:27:28, we're gonna start with the first message, okay? With this initial. So as Sun card, okay? You make this person very happy, or they want to bring happiness to you. A Leo Sun could be relevant. Leo placement, okay? Sagittarius could also be relevant here. You've been on this person's mind for a long time. This person here, they never really took the chance in order to fix things with you, meet you halfway, reach out to you, okay? But you definitely, they're sunshine. You make them happy, or they want to bring you happiness, but there's some sort of issue here, okay? I feel like this person might feel like obsessed with you, enamored with you. Why didn't they take the chance to see you? For some of you guys, it's people from the past. For others, it's not a person from the past, okay? It's something where it's like you're supposed to meet your soulmate. And I don't know, they got a reading, they got a dream, they felt a hunch, right? And they never really took the chance. Message, okay? An example I could be referencing is, if you have seen like the ABC series Once Upon a Time, they do like Disney show adaptations, live actions, and Robin Hood was basically the evil queen's soulmate, but the evil queen, before she became evil, she was pushed by the fairy queen, aka her spirit guide, to go to a certain location where she will find her soulmate, like her true love, right? But she couldn't take the chance to go and see her person, even after her seeking help to do so. But because she was afraid. She was afraid, and that's why she didn't take the chance to meet her true love in this series, okay? And it kind of fucked up like her entire life based on the fact that she denied her self-love because she didn't think that she deserved it. Okay, even though she was seeking out guidance on like, I want a true love too, where's my true love, her spirit guide, aka the fairy queen, was like, your person is going to be at that place during this time in that location. She was outside, opened the door, and then she chickened out. Okay, so that is an analogy, that's an example. Your soulmate was supposed to take action towards you, they chickened out. Okay, message for rest of you guys is people from the past that was supposed to fix something, they never did, also chickened out. This is the message for the people that are dealing with soulmates or true love that they're cowards. Okay, so the reason why you didn't take a chance towards you, collective, we got this card in reverse. It says stabbed in the back, heartbreak, deception, heart pain, and shocking attack. So the reason why they didn't take action towards you, because they didn't want to cause you this. They were afraid that they would cause you some sort of heartbreak, some sort of pain. Okay, might shock you, might fucking stress you out, cause you PTSD. I don't know, but like, this is the reason they never took action in the past or right now. Okay, but just so you know, this person still thinks about you every day, 24/7/8. They kind of feel obsessed. They could also be obsessing of the fact that they should have taken action towards you, but they never did. Past person, new person. Okay, you're definitely their happiness. They definitely want to bring you happiness, but the message here is this: they chickened out because they were too afraid, based on the cards, because they were afraid that they will hurt you. It's that simple. Okay. Anything else in relation to category M? We got this card in, I feel like it's like this. For some of you guys, this person, past or new person, could have been afraid that they will enter into a dynamic with you that could have been codependent. So I would say this, so past people could have been a little bit, I don't know, narcissistic, right? Or they might have viewed you as a narcissistic person with narcissistic tendencies, okay? Or it's in the sense of like, they have a fear of being used or being charmed or have no sense of what fucking boundaries are, okay? They could have had the fear as well, where it's like, they feel like you might do this to them or they might do this to you. I kind of feel like they have this fear of that they might do this to you, especially if you're somebody that's an empath. They might have a fear of that, you know. They get so into you, you get so into them that you will lose your sense of self. Okay? A little bit of psychology here. Let's continue. But the truth of the matter is, they want to love and be loved by you, but it's in the sense of like, if they're coming in, you might view them as fucking narcissistic. They're trying to break up your views in terms of your boundaries. They're trying to, you know, charm you, and they don't want to be the big bad wolf or wolfina in your life, okay? Not wolfina. So this is also why, I mean, hey, you got somebody that's like feel obsessed with you, but they don't want to come in and hurt you. A lot of them don't want to be the wolf or wolfina in your life. Emphasis on hurting you will hurt them. What else? Queen of Swords energy. Some of you guys are dealing with people where it's like they know that you're not to be played with back then or now. So if they if they're approaching you, they have to come correct. And I feel like somebody is in there's this thing called scarcity mindset. Somebody has either anxiety for real, like on paper, or somebody is just so like tangled in their fear, anxiety of like messing up that it's like controlling them. That's the energy I'm feeling. Somebody could also suffer from panic attacks or anxiety attacks. Like approaching you, being with you seems to be like some sort of induced anxiety. So they're in hermit mode because that's much better than to face judgment when it comes to you or other people. It's almost like fucking things up with you would be the biggest L they could have ever faced in their entire life. Okay? Collective, they don't want to be hurt by you, but they definitely don't want to hurt you. This person here feels very distraught in life. They're not at peace. They also are in fear and anxiety of hurting you, and every time they're like, let me take a chance, past person or present, they chicken out because of the scarcity mindset. Now, as the viewer, what should you do? Let's pull some cards. Like, you can't really do much on how people be operating in life. You can only control your reaction, right? But I'm getting this message for somebody, so make it make sense, as I always say. All right. As a viewer, or let's say somebody wants to approach you, but they have a fear. This is your advice card. I say this to say, if you have this fear, this is your advice card. If they have this fear, this is their advice card. Because the energy I'm tuning into is that, to be quite honest, if you're having a romantic partner coming towards you, present or past, you're probably like oblivious to it. If you're the one that's stressing, these are your messages. Okay? This is for you. Okay? So we got Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Empress of Protection. I'm safe, I'm divinely protected, I'm held in love at all times. Very straightforward, collective. When I get this card, I kid you not, it is a sign of protection. Whereas in you need to protect yourself. You could be suffering from evil eye, spiritual attacks, all that, black magic, etc. Depending on the level of it all and the type of connection you have, I feel like you kind of need to protect yourself. Okay, now it came out in reverse. But all these cards are, well, okay. They're supposed to be upright. Okay, maybe. I'll say this to say, if you're protected, you're good. But I feel like somebody needs to protect themselves, especially if they have this scarcity mindset that could be induced by evil eyeing or anxiety or a spiritual attack. For instance, you want to love somebody or be loved, but all of a sudden you get anxiety. Your person is good for you, but you get anxiety. So you go towards people that are not good for you, but you have a good person, but every time you're around a good person, you're thinking that is the wrong one, while the bad one is the right one. Okay, that could be due to magic, evil eye, spiritual attacks, etc., etc. This could be something that your person is going through based on this advice, or it's you that's watching that have this fear and want to approach your soulmate, but you can't because of the energy of anxiety, scarcity mindset, etc. Okay? If you know it's like unnatural for you to be this in fear, you need to, like I said, cleanse their energy. Okay? You can do it yourself. You can go to somebody that can cleanse the energy, but you have to, those that are not complied to things of this nature, all you have to do is just wait for your person to come through when they get that energy out of their system, their mind, and their soul. Okay? Anything else in relation to initial M? Or the first category? So we got 3 of hearts. We also got 3 of clubs. Something about 3 of diamonds as well. What the heck is that? 3 of diamonds. Oh, it's in this card. So basically, 3 of diamonds is when you're about to get some sort of information, right? Somebody could also need to go to a fortune teller, or they've been to a fortune teller. You're gonna get a message from a fortune teller. Or you're gonna get a message. Alright? Maybe the fortune teller told you something. It could be good, it could be bad. If it brought you anxiety, check your energy and make sure it's according to your intuition, right? This is not fucking science. Use discernment. If something feels right, go for it. But all of a sudden you feel anxiety based on something, check where it's coming from, okay? Let's see here. I think that's it. Yeah, I feel like you're about to get some sort of information that's gonna make you feel much more easier. It could be this message, hey, hello. Or they're gonna get some sort of information that's gonna ease off this anxiety for them. And I guess, Lordy Lord. Anything else for collective? So we got the runner card. So for some of you guys, you could be an twin flame connection. Use your discernments. I kid you not. Okay? So, this person here right now, like I said, fear of intimacy, fear of connections, being in their ego. Now, I will say this though, it's heavy based on anxiety, hurting you, things of that nature. But, so right now this person is running because of the fear of being in this connection, but hurting you. Okay, this could also be like past related in terms of this person used to run away from this connection, run away from you, always being in their ego, always being in being codependent, right? And they don't want to come off in this energy of being weak, right? Like they can't provide for you, take care of you, things of that nature. Anything else for the first one? We're about to wrap it up. Okay, the end part. So we got the Sun card in reverse. This person, it feels kind of like life is meh or blah, right? I mean, yeah, they feel like life is not giving. They're not happy, they're not sad, but they want to manifest. What they want to manifest is you, this connection. You know what? This is, okay, some of you guys are dealing with people, unless it's you that's watching, with some sort of evil eyeing, with some sort of spiritual attack, because somebody's like, I want to be with him or her. I want to see them. I want this. I feel this, right? And as soon as it's close, right? They could be like, the universe, God, ancestors, coincidences. It's like, here is your person, here's the number, here's the email. You just saw them, you just drove by them, you just heard somebody reference them. This is your sign, right? So this person knows how to manifest. They have had multiple opportunities to kind of get in touch with you. But this fear is really a hindrance. Like I said before, for some of you guys, it's a mental thing, like anxiety induced. For some, it is heavy on the evil eyeing. So you gotta have to cleanse their energy, okay? Because somebody is like, it's not like they don't want to, they do, but they get afraid. They have this anxiety induced mentality, or it's the evil eyeing I'm talking about that's like blocking them from approaching you. So they're like their own worst enemy. And they're going through a tower moment because of this. Now, if it's magic part, listen, I'm very blunt about this. Cleanse your energy, okay? However you cleanse the energy from negativity, do what you need to do, okay? Pray, meditate, sage, come what may, okay? You're going to be led to do what you need to do for you, right? Or they will be led to do what they need to do. I say this to say, this person is having a tower moment because of lack of action. It's like they're stressing themselves out when they have all these opportunities and chances. So I don't know. I'm getting annoyed. Listen, this person knows that they are at arm's length, just like the fairy godmother was leading the evil queen to her soulmate, and they're fucking it up for themselves. I don't know. Like I said, if it's not like evil eye, black magic is definitely their mentality, and child, you gotta fix that yourself, or they have to fix it themselves. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. We got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Some of them don't feel adequate when it comes to maybe their stability or financial stability. Plus, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they think you don't want them because they're not successful enough, they're not enlightened enough. We should move on to the next one because it's been 20 minutes now. The next one is the initial O, okay? If you're watching for this person or they're watching for you, think of it as pile number 2, okay? When is this? This is like 20, 40. Let me timestamp. 20, 48. So, initial O, messages in relation to this person or, well, hello, collective. So, this person has been quite obsessed with you as well. You could be dreaming about this person. They could be, you see like their names, initials, numbers, memory relapse. Okay, memory relapse, I guess. I don't know if that's like a spiritual term or there's like a literal psychological term to that word. But I say this to say, this person, if it's not you, it's them, collective. Just take it as it resonates, okay? They're really much in this heaviness, this burden, the struggle mentality right now, because they lost somebody that was the best thing that ever happened to them, or they chose somebody else over you. For instance, this could have been like a third party situation where it's like they thought that other person was the divine feminine, the right lover, the right, wifey, hubby, you get it. But based on this card, Taurus, Aries could be relevant. They're not realizing that the choices they made in reference to not choosing you, it is really biting them in their ass. Somebody is struggling. I kind of feel like it's a masculine, but make it make sense. It could be feminine if you feel like it is. They're struggling so much because they chose another person. They chose a fake empress, a fake divine feminine. Voila. Okay. It was not that. And now they're, if it's not the consequences of their choices, okay? I feel like this person is pissed. They're really pissed at themselves for the choices they have made, okay? Anything else that's relevant? They feel like karma is biting their ass. They've been crying over you or crying over their decision here. They've been trying to contact a God, other people to help them in relation to fix this connection. It's not working. The Hierophant for me, very simple, very quick, is somebody that is very intelligent, very spiritually aware. They know about the hidden knowledge. But because it was like this is somebody that could present themselves to know things, but they could also be, they could dabble in the occult. Okay, but this is also like God, for me, divine union, twin flame type of card. So this person here that feels like they're taking the biggest L because she chose somebody else over you, is trying to get spiritual help or godly help and how to navigate this. But yeah, pretty much whomever they chose was not the person. The person was you, and now they're pissed at themselves that they chose somebody else and they don't know even how to kind of cope in life. It's like they can't, yeah, pretty much, yeah, they're upset with the fact that they chose somebody else over you. They made the wrong decision. They're upset that nothing is working. whether it was spiritual help, godly help. It's not like, you know what, I'm also getting the energy of, like, going back to the first reading or the first message here, having their missed opportunity. But I don't think that was, I think it's the sense of, like, they actually met you. This is for the people where it's like, you met your person, they had the chance. It's not like I want to meet you and I chickened out. This person actually had a chance to be with you in some way or form, okay? But they fucked up and neglected you or chose somebody else, thinking that you're not the one, right? You're not the person, you're not the empress. And they go and be with somebody that was faking to be you, be the empress. May I say karmic, okay? To them, for them to find out that the fake empress, the fake high priestess was the fake and you were the real one, okay? And now they feel like it's the biggest L on this planet. And they're trying to get godly or spiritual help and trying to mend it, but I'm getting the energy of, like, they can't. It's like, you had your chance. If it's not the consequences of your actions, that's the message I'm getting here. Listen, not to laugh. If it's you that's watching this film, like, you had your chance with your person, but then you left them behind, you for somebody else, it is the consequences of your action. I don't know what to say. Like, if you're in this energy, if you're watching, feel like you had your person, you fucked up. You fucked up. If God is not helping you, if spirit team is not helping you, if this occult or whatever the case may be, spiritualists can't really find a way for you, and they're like I'm saying, once again, it is the consequences of your action. If it's you, I am here to confirm whatever you're trying to figure out, and they're saying no. I kind of agree with them. It is the consequences of your action, and I feel like I'm saying this for a reason as well. It is the consequences of your action. This is just something you have to kind of live with, or collective. If it's not you, they have to live with the consequences of their action, of being burdened, of choosing somebody else over you, making that wrong decision, of losing out on Empress, on their divine feminine, on their divine counterpart, or hey, on their twin flame even. Let's pull some cards. So I would say this though, if you're, number one, if you have spiritual gifts, but you have a link to somebody that was supposed to be in your life on a bigger purpose, bigger level, right? And they messed up. The reason why you feel their energy, see their names and the symbolism and the numbers and all that stuff, dreams about them, all that, right? It's a sign, right? It is because there is an energetic cord, okay? There is a cord, just like this. And you need to cut it. Okay, you need to sever that cord for you to be free. And this is just my personal take on this. Just because you get symbolisms and signs and names and numbers doesn't mean that it's anything other than they're tapping into your energy, right? A lot of people think just because you see all those symbolic signs that it's supposed to be like a reunion, or we're gonna get back together, or it's not always that. It's just like it's tapping into one's energy. It's equivalent to when I get my music channelings, right? So just use the discernment. So if you're in this energy of feeling like life is shit because you chose the other person, this is your advice card, or this is the other person's advice card on choosing the wrong one. Okay, we got this one here. Kind of also feel like it was in reverse. Now you even had like Mary Margaret. This was a type of connection where you could have definitely been a part of the twin flame divine counterparts category. Okay, So you definitely had like a bigger purpose on earth. It was not just like oh yeah, that's the true love, that's the real soulmate. This is like when you could have, this is a power couple. This is like you were supposed to make a difference. Your person knew this, you knew this, but they fucked up and chose a third party. Now the Mary Margaret is what? In reverse. So you're supposed, this person gave you blessings, or you gave blessings to this person, collective, and because they chose somebody else, now they're not going to be blessed. What's the opposite of being blessed? And lesson. Karma. So that is that. Hey, if it's not the consequence of your actions, we're gonna leave it as such. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Letter A. Okay, so what is this? 30, 55. If you're, I'm going back to you. Letter O. This person is really upset with themselves, and I feel like they're gonna be angry with themselves for the rest of their life. Okay, because the connection between you guys is a little bit more higher than, I should say, letter M. You get it? Letter O was very much like, is giving twin flame energy, change the world, power couple. The first one was very much like first love, soulmate, like your connection. It was just strictly based on love. Number 2 was more so based on a spiritual, you know, when people are like, we're here on a spiritual mission, that was that connection. And that person, you're them, whoever chose another person, they fucked up. They probably have to reincarnate again, but you know, I beg to differ. But let's continue. 32 for letter A. So last one, pile number 3, more or less. This person here, this is somebody that could be a secret admirer. Okay, they feel like they are getting karma, or they feel like life is like shitty for some reason. About what? I feel like this is somebody that you let go, or they let go of you, but it was kind of like you guys dealt with each other for a brief time. It wasn't anything serious, but I don't know. I feel like somebody feels like ever since you left or the connection severed, life has just been very karmatic. Okay? We got this card. Yeah. They kind of feel like life is really shitty. Okay? Five of Wands. This person feel like they're not conflicted. They know this is an ending and there will be no return. What's the issue? King of Wands. So this could be a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo man, or somebody that's very honest, loyal, family orientated, you know, very much like go-getter, ambitious, got their shit together, well loved, respected, and protected. Okay, they know this ending is like finalized, right? And they're not like stressed over it, but they kind of feel like they got karma for some reason. I don't feel like it's karma. I feel like somebody's like, or this person is like, they know the end had to come. It's over and done. There's like no way this could be like relived again. But things, I don't know, ever since the separation or the ending, somebody feels like life is like, somebody feels like they're haunted by bad luck or something, or this person feels this way. You or them. Side note, if you're watching my readings, very simple. Like I said in the other 2 piles, or the latest one, you have to do cord cutting this is a very good example of what I said before. Just because they think about you, you dream about them, all that stuff, doesn't mean that you have to get back together. This is not a time for it to be like, let's reunite, let's get married, they're your true love. Like, that is not that. And I feel like this is a perfect example. You guys had something together with pile number 3, or pile A, right? And the ending was that. But now they feel like things has been shit ever since the ending, okay? But the thing is, not, I don't think they're blaming, you know what it is? It could have been a really huge, like, a shift or light in this person's life, right? Something that was very unique, very abnormal. And now somebody feels like they can't go back to their ordinary life because whatever they had with you seems to be out of the ordinary, once in a lifetime, and now life is like shitty, right? But it's not because of the separation. I think it's because you guys are not in each other's life, even though they knew and know that the ending was inevitable. Okay? Alright, listen, this person here, I feel like they just need like a vacation. They just need to, like, take some time off. Maybe they were overworking or something. I feel like you were like their safe space, their peace, right? And yeah, pretty much. You were like their go-to, where it's like when things were heavy, they could always rely on you or go to you, and you're not there. And now they feel like shit. Life was good with Collective. Life was good with this person, and it was fun. It was intriguing. It was interesting, right? It was passionate. It was fun. Okay, you guys enjoyed each other. And somebody feels like they lost out on something good, but it's like, I don't feel like it's that serious. I just, when you meet people and you just feel like you know them and you have this amazing experience, like for the summer or when you're on vacation, and then you go back home and you look at your surrounding, you're back home, back at work, back in your country, and you're like, you want to go back to vacation. Okay, some of you guys could have met on vacation with this person, but I'm getting that type of energy, right? Whereas like you met this person, it was just ecstasy, and you go back to your country or you go back to work and you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna see the person on vacation again. I'm never gonna, I remember summer 1992, or when I went to Bali, or when I went to the Aspens, or when I went to Croatia. You get it? So this person is now like, my summer bae has gone back home and I don't know what to do, and everything is like shit. Okay? So this person here, that brief encounter, really, really misses you. And I think that's it though. I feel like they're still holding on to the memories, the nostalgia, the energy of what you guys were. If it's you, Collective, listen, you just have to go on vacation again, or you just have to find a new person on the next chapter in your life, okay? And if it's them, that's my personal advice for you guys. But let's pull a card on this, okay? So we got this one here. So we got here, I call back my power from all times and all places. I am my own. So this person needs to kind of get in. They need to call back their power. And I feel like you need to do so as well. If you feel like you're still hung up on this person, knowing that you guys had to end it because it was time, call back your power, okay? Because an ending is for a reason. And they need to call back their power too, because for somebody to feel like bad luck is haunting them because you had an ending, it's not a good mindset or vibration to be in. Because somebody really is in this frequency of like, ever since you left, my life has been shitty. I don't think that, maybe it was always shitty, but you brought some light to their life. Okay? Shit, somebody needs to get their shit together. Because I feel like the King of Wands do have their shit together. You know what it is? I feel like this person is like wish fulfillment. Like the energy of like this trifecta of you in their life was just kind of like, it was like a shooting star, you know. I don't feel like they're depressed or sad or anything. They kind of just feel like karma is like at their door, because, but karma in the sense of like, life is shitty, okay? It's not like you did something wrong towards them or vice versa. You just had to go separate ways. You had to go back to your country. You had to go back to school. You had to go back to work. And they're like, I'm going back to work. And I remember when I used to talk with Collective, it was great for the summer, the fall, the winter. And now they're not there. And they're like, shit, have my life always been this lifeless? You really brought life to somebody, and now they just feel like things are lifeless. I don't really feel like it's karma, even if it's like the Wheel of Fortune that came out. Is more so the ending. I feel like somebody's still trying to process the ending of what was. I feel like they do. You know what it is? You were something unexpected in this person's life, or vice versa in your life, and now this ended. It's kind of like life, it's not fun anymore. It's not exciting anymore, okay? So that's the message, Collective, for everyone. We're gonna pull some cards on that because I don't feel like it's that deep, okay? We got the Queen of Swords and Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like somebody feels a little bit judged right now. They could have issues with work or working. A Leo could have a little bit of like issues right now. But they're trying to kind of get back into their groove, trying to find people that they can work with. Maybe I feel like somebody wants to go independent as well. They're kind of waiting for the call to do so. If it's you, you're gonna get a message when it comes to like independent work, okay? Side message. So this is everything in terms of around the reading. Pile 1, 2, and 3, or in this case M.O.A. Okay, so Collective, until then, thank you for stopping by, and see you when I see you.